What a tough week for Alabama, losing last week to Ole Miss at home, dropping out of the top 10, and now this.
This is definitely something that Alabama does not want, but they do have some chance for redemption and to get back on track against Louisiana Monroe on Saturday. Danny, if you remember, this was Nick Saban's first game in 2007, and they lost.
Not sure how much Crimson Tide fans would be happy if Alabama loses another game. Well, that's enough about the Crimson Tide. Let's move on to Iowa football.
It's week 4 for Iowa, and they are looking to keep this streak alive.
North Texas comes into Kinnick Stadium for a 2:30 kickoff on Saturday, and for some North Texas players, it'll be a homecoming.
The quarterback, Andrew McNulty, grew up just blocks away from Kinnick Stadium and played at City High. And head coach Kirk Ferentz's son played alongside him at City High as well.
When Andrew was playing in high school, he was a really good player, just an all-around versatile, just the things we were just talking about, a guy who had great judgment, was really poised and very dangerous. And you know, he's gotten his opportunity down at North Texas now. He's doing a great job. He really played very well last week.
Danny, I don't think McNulty ever thought that he would be playing in the heart of his hometown. Now this season, he has thrown for 431 yards with 2 touchdowns.
What an opportunity for him, and also what an opportunity for Iowa to improve to 4-0.
I took a look at how Iowa's non-conference schedule has been treating them. The non-conference schedule can either be a good or a bad thing for a team. But so far, so good for this Iowa football team as they head into their last non-conference game 3-0.
This is the last game of our non-Big Ten portion of the game, and it's a really important game for us that way.
As for the guys, they aren't even close to being satisfied.
We're not done. We don't want, and we're not even close to finish. You know, we want to win all the games on our schedule, but you know, especially with the game this weekend, we got to just continue to roll, and
because we can continue to improve, you know, in every aspect, and we can't take any team lightly. You know, Texas is a good team, and we just gotta know that.
We've seen offensive contribution all around, from the wide receivers to the run game, and quarterback C.J. Beathard has proved how versatile he's willing to be. We even saw the tight ends finally getting involved against Pittsburgh.
I think all of us were confident that Henry had played very well, and he's done that and did a great job the other night too. So, you know, for us to have a good football team, we need our seniors playing their best.
On the other hand, though, senior Jake Doozy has been injured since the summer, but seems to be getting closer to getting back on the field.
I think last week was the first time he got to do teamwork, got involved in that part of it, and we knew he wasn't going to play in the game, but we wanted to get him back in the routine.
But with every offense comes a defense, and this Hawkeye defense seems to still secure this team together.
Well, we take a lot of pride in being a physical defense, you know, and it starts with the interior and all the way to the perimeter. So guys like me, Dez, Jordan, Miles, we all got to come up and, you know, fill the run as well as defend the pass as well.
Desmond King accounted for 2 interceptions against Pittsburgh, and that perimeter game is being noticed.
What he's doing on defense, you know, those interceptions were beautiful plays.
The question stands, does this team have a chance to be 4-0 going into Big Ten play? Now, Danny, what do you think that Iowa can pull off this 4-0 start to the season?
No reason for them not to. Game should be over by at least halftime with North Texas.
I completely agree with that. And like it was said earlier, it seems like the defense is the core to this Hawkeye team. And within that defense is Jordan Lomax, who was just named a semifinalist candidate for the Campbell Trophy.
So congratulations on that, Jordan. As we mentioned earlier, it's going to be a homecoming for North Texas. And that is true for their head coach, Dan McCarney.
Texas must be a hot spot for Iowa natives. Laura, what's going on?
Thanks, Danny and Taylor. McNulty isn't the only familiar face we'll be seeing this weekend. Head coach for the Mean Green, Dan McCarney, will be making an appearance in Kinnick, and not for the first time. McCarney and Ferentz were both staff members for legendary head coach Hayden Fry, and McCarney is also an Iowa City native and University of Iowa alum, making this game that much more special. But the duo have more familiarity than that, as McCarney was also the head coach at Iowa State for 9 seasons, where the Hawkeyes came out on top 6 times over the Cyclones. But let's get into by the numbers, where I took a look at how these teams match up as a whole. Iowa's rushing defense so far this season has been nothing short of impressive. They've only allowed 51 yards per game. And on the other end, North Texas has allowed 143.5 yards per game. And North Texas running back Antoine Jimerson currently has 143 rushing yards and a touchdown. Jordan Canzeri, who's been sharing time with LaShawn Daniels, currently has 201 yards. The Iowa offense ranked 3rd in the Big Ten with 423 yards per game, while the Mean Green's total defense was 503 yards per game, and that number ranks 117th among all FBS schools. Based on those stats, Danny and Taylor, I'd say Canzeri and the rest of this Iowa offense should look forward to Saturday.
Thanks, Laura. Now, Jordan Canzeri has definitely put on a show for this Iowa team, and he has surpassed LaShawn Daniels Jr. on the depth chart due to that ankle injury during Iowa State, but hopefully LaShawn can get back into the game this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much, if at all, the Hawkeyes use him, how much the Hawkeyes want to get that run game going. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have here on Tonight for Pregame. For Taylor Brooks, I'm Danny Payne.
And we will see you on game day.